Hello everybody and welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today we're continuing our Singing for Complete Beginners series, and today we're going to be diving into mixed voice. We're going to be learning what mixed voice is, how to access our mixed voice register, and of course we're going to do some singing exercises to help you develop your mixed voice as well. Mixed voice is a blend or a mix of our chest voice and our head voice. Mixed voice really exists to help us smooth out that break in our voice between the two registers. So we all have that spot in our voice where we hear cracks and it goes like, ah. Mixed voice exists to help us smooth that transition out, and it helps provide us with a healthier, stronger, fuller way to sing these big high notes. Mixed voice doesn't sit in our chest, it doesn't sit in our throat, it sits up in our nose, and it takes a lot of pressure out of our throat that we would feel if we were trying to sing higher notes in our chest voice, for example. Mixed voice provides us with this like richness and fullness and support that makes it really ideal for hitting powerful, higher, stronger, sustained notes with no strain and tension. Mixed voice also just exists to give us more options. We don't want to be a singer who sings in our chest voice until it ends and then we just flip up to head voice. That's a great tool to have, but we also want to expand our voice so that we have the opportunity to sing chest voice, mixed voice, head voice, all the way through smoothly if we want. Mixed voice helps us develop this middle section of our voice that gives us the chance to pull the loud, full qualities of chest voice up and then bring those lighter qualities of head voice down. That sounds like it's made up because it's like, well, how could it literally do all those things? Well, I'm going to show you. I love mixed voice. I'm obsessed with mixed voice. I pretty much exclusively sing in mixed voice now, and I love developing it, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys today. With that being said, as I describe mixed voice and I describe all of the things that it encompasses, it's also really important for me to note that mixed voice is incredibly difficult, and it's widely considered the hardest vocal register to sing in because more so than with chest or head voice, mixed voice is kind of an abstract feeling. So we have to feel where it sits and settles, and then we have to be able to access that placement and feeling ourselves. Whereas with chest voice, for example, we just start singing, and that's most people's natural singing voice. Mixed voice, we have to find the space where it's going to live, and then we have to figure out how to access that space, what mouth shape we need to use, what tongue placement we need to use, what vowels and pronunciations will help us access that mixed voice sound a little bit easier. With that said, I probably will do quite a few videos about mixed voice, but for now, we're going to start with the basics and see how it goes, okay? As I mentioned, mixed voice is a voice that needs to sit kind of in our nose, in our nasally area. We do not, under any circumstances, want these exercises that we're about to do to be sung out of our throat, because if we do that, that means that we are using our chest voice to sing these exercises, and we're going to hurt ourselves. Now, this is really important because it's probably going to be your instinct to start singing in chest voice because we've done some chest voice exercises. Chest voice is easy to access. A lot of people, when they start learning mixed voice, they're like, I can just sing up high in my chest voice. It's like, yeah, you can, but you're going to hurt yourself. Your vocal folds are going to get strained, and we're not developing the muscle that we need to develop. I like to access my mixed voice by physically communicating to my brain that I'm going to be sitting in this nasally register. Now, again, I have to be clear, we won't use this face when we're singing actual songs and once we develop our mixed voice more, but for now, this physical aspect is just a way for us to kind of get in the zone of mixed voice and help us communicate to our brain that that's what we're doing. So I like to scrunch up my nose because immediately as soon as you scrunch up your nose, your voice changes pretty dramatically. And I know my face looks insane. You're just going to have to get used to it for the sake of the video, okay? So we want to scrunch up our nose, and the first thing we're going to practice doing is literally just saying the words A-N-H, and that's our spelling. Now, as you can see, as I'm practicing it, my tongue is pretty wide and flat against the back of my bottom teeth. That's what we want to try to do at first. Now, we want to scrunch up our nose, try saying it really like over-exaggeratedly nasally, like almost like you've got a cold, almost like you're congested. As you do it more and get comfortable with the kind of jarring sound that it presents, see if you can move the sound a little bit higher. So to that area in your voice where you might feel a little shaky, might feel a little cracky, breaky, all that stuff. So let's see if we can do like once we do that, we can move over to some actual singing exercises. We're going to do some really over-exaggerated exercises today. As I always say, it's much better to do an over-exaggerated version of all our exercises and then rein them in when we actually need to apply them to a song than vice versa. So we're going to work really hard on being over-exaggeratory with our nasally face and nasally sound. So prepare yourselves because it's not going to be pretty. Okay, so here's how our meows are going to sound. We're going to start with our first note being a G above middle C. We're going to go meow, 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 meow. Remember, with all warm-ups, the goal is not to sound beautiful, but especially with mixed voice warm-ups, the goal is not to sound beautiful. Of course, we want to try to hit the right notes along the way, but the main focus should be our placement. We really want to work on accessing where that sound needs to sit. So we don't want it to sound like meow, 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 meow. That's my chest voice. We want meow, 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 meow. Yeah, that sounds worse, but do you also hear it's so much louder and fuller? That's because there's no strain coming out of here. And we also want to really lean into that first syllable of the word. We want to go meow, 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 meow. And hopefully that helps. Let's give it a try. Ready? Meow, 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 meow. 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 So you hear that meow at the beginning. I'm not over-exaggerating that part. This is how I always do this exercise truly. We want to really lean into that first part. Meow, 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 meow. 3 more. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Last one. Meow, 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 meow. A little bit grating to listen to, but a really great one to really easily access our nasally voice. It's much harder to go meow, 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 meow in our chest voice than it is to really just think of it as like, okay, this is going to sound gross. It's going to sound like I have a terribly congested runny nose and just meow, 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 meow. Like, look at how crazy my face looks when I do that. Lean in. Okay, so that's a great one to start with. We're going to stick with that at the beginning of our exercise. With this one here, we're going to do ma, 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 ma. So this one, all of our notes are a little bit separated. So we're singing them in a more staccato, like bouncy, separated way. The reason I want to do that is because it really helps us activate our core. So every time we do a different note, we want to almost flex our abs to help that note come out. One, because it's going to make it stronger in general, but also hopefully because that will encourage us to take it out of our throat. If we're telling ourselves like, oh, look, we have all this breath support. We don't need to sing it out of here. We can sing it out of here. So instead of ma, 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 we want ma, 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 ma. Let's give it a try. So much explanation. I'm sorry. They're hard to explain because I know they sound and look pretty wild, so I feel like I have to like justify what I'm doing, but hopefully the explanation is also helpful. Ma, 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 ma. 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 Big mouth. Ma, 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 ma. Scrunched up nose. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. 2 more. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. Bonus. Ma, 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 ma. Oh my gosh, my landlords are going to have a word with me after this video, I swear. Do you remember the raise your yeah, yeah, yeah meme? There's a reason the vocal instructor was telling her to sing yeah, yeah, yeah instead of the lyrics of the song. So yeah is a really good sound and mouth shape to access our mixed voice placement. We're gonna go into our yas now. We're not gonna do the exercise that they did in that song, so it's very specific to that song, but we're gonna do yeah, 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 yeah. Let's try yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now this is usually where most people's voices are starting to crack, right around this spot. So between A and B is where most women's voices tend to crack. Apologies for lower voice individuals or male identifying individuals. I'm not quite covering your range today and I apologize. But this is usually the exercise that's trickiest because it's when we're going through that area where our voice starts to waver. If that's starting to happen to you, if you're like, my voice is going, yeah, 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 which is totally normal. It's just our voice not having that mixed voice muscle yet. I actually encourage you to stick out your tongue a little bit. Yeah, 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 yeah. So my tongue still tries to pull back a bit, but when it's sticking out, we can fight that urge a little bit more. And that's gonna help us hold on to that mixed voice sound a little bit. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oops. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Big mouth. Yeah, 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 yeah. Scrunch up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Big breath. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Last one. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well done. I know it sounds crazy. I know it looks crazy. I know it doesn't even sound good at the end of the day, but it's gonna help and it's gonna work, I promise. And it is like tried and true methods that work, and you're well on your way already. So good for you for sticking it out, if you have so far. Now, oftentimes when we do these exercises, my students are like, yeah, but why does this really matter? Like, can't I technically just sing in chest voice and switch to head voice when I need to? And in a lot of cases, yes, you can. For most pop songs, literally no problem with that. A lot of pop singers do that, and it like really works for their style and sound and their songs, but we just want to access as much of our voice as we can. If we're training our voice, why wouldn't we try to get the most out of it that we possibly can, right? And as someone who was trained in musical theater and then jazz, mixed voice is just so amazing of a tool to have because it really enables you to sing like any style, any type of song. If you want to sing what you want to sing, you gotta use your mixed voice. Okay, so I'm gonna show you me singing without mixed voice. This might seem a little over exaggerated, but I swear to goodness, I swear to God, this is not over exaggerated. I do sing primarily in my mixed voice for like all songs, so this is gonna be bad. Starting in chest and head, whatever happens, just no mix here, okay? And I'll stand there with the wizard, feeling things I never felt. And though I never show it, I'd be so happy I could melt. My eyes twitching. And so it'll be for the rest of my life, and I'll want nothing else till I die, held in such high esteem. When people see me, they will scream, for half of Oz's favorite team, the wizard and I. Let's redo it in mixed voice. This is hopefully going to sound consistent. And I'll stand there with the wizard, feeling things I never felt. And though I never show it, I'd be so happy I could melt. And so it'll be for the rest of my life, and I'll want nothing else till I die, held in such high esteem. When people see me, they will scream, for half of Oz's favorite team, the wizard and I. So I just wanted to demonstrate that in case it helps. I don't know if it will. Maybe you're going to say the mixed voice one sounds like trash too. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. But to me, mixed voice is a lot easier to control. It has a lot more power. It has a lot more strength. And it just enables us to be able to sing in so many more ways than we can with just chest voice and head voice. Those ones really limit us. Mixed voice not only branches out the tricky space in between, but also gives us the opportunity, as I said before, to pull up qualities from the chest voice, to pull down qualities from the head voice. And I hope now that you've seen it in action and done some of these exercises, that feels a little less abstract now. Fingers crossed. Okay, singers, I think that's all I have for you today. I know mixed voice is weird and it looks weird and it feels weird and it sounds really bad. And I know there's a lot of factors of mixed voice that definitely make us think we're not doing it correctly. But if you made it through this video and if you gave it a shot and if you're like, hey, my throat's not hurting, hey, I'm kind of figuring out how to have that sound live in here, you're off to such a good start. I genuinely couldn't find or access my mixed voice on my own for like 2 whole years, and every time I would tell my vocal teacher, yeah, I'm getting it, but I was just using my chest voice. I'd hurting myself so badly. So we never want to do that. So if it's feeling tricky, that's very normal. If you're feeling like the only thing you can do today is go huge for day one, not a problem. Give that a try over and over until you're like, okay, you know what, I can find this nasally placement a little more easily. It's really all just one step at a time. You can do it. Just take your time. You got this. The crazier you look, the worse you sound. That's how you know you're killing it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that video was helpful. Feel free to let me know in the comments what kind of exercises you want to see next or how you're progressing through our Complete Beginner series. Please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already to see more videos, and of course just to support the channel. That would be very, very lovely and helpful. Good luck with your mixed voice. I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks so much for watching.